Teachers in California are not sure if they will have a job next year, and we will tell you what's going on.
And take caution going outside this summer. Mosquitoes may bring more than just a bite. You'll want to hear what's next.
From the School of Journalism and Mass Communications at San Jose State University, your source for what's happening with a fresh perspective on today's issues. You're watching Update News.
Welcome to Update News. I'm Alyssa Phillips.
And I'm Adrian Preda. For many public school teachers in California, there is still no certainty on whether they will have a job next fall. Reporter Larry Larkin reports that's because of revenue dips and declining enrollment.
School leaders in 100 of California's 1,000 school districts are nervously trying to balance their district's budgets because of declining enrollment and expiring federal funds for COVID relief. According to the California Teachers Association, layoff notices would be given to almost 2,000 teachers. That is 16 times more than the 100 or so that were issued a year ago. According to California state law, districts must send pink slips to any teacher who could potentially be laid off by the end of the school year. However, it must be noted that a pink slip doesn't necessarily mean a job loss. As it relates to San Jose State, how do the teacher candidates feel about it?
I'm in that prospect of interview question, applying, making sure that, different districts, seeing all the districts, and just hearing that numbers, that possibility of not, getting a job or not.
David Whitenack, the department chair for teacher education at San Jose State, points out that this is an annual phenomenon and explains that it has to do with planning for next school year.
Until schools and districts know what their enrollments are going to look like for the coming year, they need to base their staffing on the numbers that they presently have.
A San Jose State faculty member who has a day job working for the Bay Area Union School District as the coordinator for supplemental programs spoke about declining enrollment in California's K-12 school districts.
We are suffering from declining enrollment, and so what that does is decrease our budget and, of course, leads to layoffs.
But there is good news for San Jose State.
During a period in which overall enrollments are declining nationally and in the state and other CSUs, we've actually seen steady enrollment and even a slight increase year over year.
This is Larry Larkin reporting for Update News.
The Santa Clara County Vector Control District is asking for help from local residents to help stop the spread of a rare form of disease-spreading mosquitoes. Our reporter Unati Zibi has more.
Aedes aegypti mosquitoes are not California natives, but these invasive pests have been found in 19 of the state's 58 counties. Locally, they have been discovered in a residential area in East San Jose. They were detected in 2022 in a commercial area, but the Vector Control District managed to eradicate them. Then, last month, more were found in East San Jose.
We continue our surveillance. We put a lot of traps. We go door to door in inspection, and now we are finding more of Aedes aegypti, which is the very high risk mosquitoes for transmit diseases such as dengue disease virus or Zika or chikungunya and yellow fever.
If residents suspect that they're in their area, they should call the district and visit their website for more information.
And it's not a time to panic, it's a time to really call for action, exactly what you just said, for folks to be on the lookout, to change their perspective on how they go about their lives.
I have never heard about the mosquitoes, and I feel like it's a great idea for me to research more about the mosquitoes so that I can be more aware, so I can help prevent my family and I from getting infected.
SEPA encourages residents to get rid of standing water because it is a potential breeding source for not only Aedes aegypti, but for mosquitoes they are trying to combat. In San Jose, Unati Zibi with Update News.
Well, Tesla charging stations were only once available to Tesla owners, but not anymore. Sort of. Reporter Jillian Brown explains.
Lines at Tesla charging stations may soon be longer than they already are.
Governor Gavin Newsom released a video about charging station statistics and accessibility in California. There is now one supercharging station for every 5 gas stations in the state.
Tesla is opening up its charging network to additional models of electric vehicles.
However, there was no information about what non-Tesla drivers will need to actually use them. According to Tesla, they will need the Tesla app and an adapter provided by their car's manufacturer. Tesla owners have had the option to charge wherever they want, and now so will other electric vehicle owners. With an adapter, of course. But Tesla supercharging stations are already overflowing with Teslas.
The sharing is caring. So I am not very bothered if I have to wait a couple of more minutes.
The advanced Clean Cars regulations require all new passenger cars, trucks, and SUVs sold in California to be zero-emission vehicles by 2035. This means there will be even more electric vehicles on the road and drivers who need to charge their cars.
25% of all new vehicle purchases in this state are now electric vehicles.
Some Tesla owners support the expansion of Tesla charging accessibility.
People who don't have Tesla, it's good news for them because they can charge it anywhere.
If this is going to be mass integrated and stuff everywhere, everyone is going to need to be able to access these chargers, and Tesla's the only one who's made reliable chargers so far.
How soon will there be more Tesla charging stations than gas stations in California? That's uncertain. In San Jose, Jillian Brown, Update News.
Have you had pollen allergies this spring? Rising temperatures from climate change could be making it worse. Here's more on that story from me. With temperatures rising due to climate change comes a rising pollen count, and even worse, more people suffering from pollen allergies. Stanford Medicine published a study stating allergy season is roughly 2 months longer now due to climate change.
From January through July, there's constant pollination. Now, because it's outdoors, there's no way to avoid it, but the best thing you can do is be prepared by using medications.
The pollen count has been steadily rising and is the highest it has been in a decade. This has affected many people who suffer from pollen allergies.
With pollen allergies, I usually get pretty bad headaches and a lot of sneezing. So when I'm trying to study, it does bother me a lot.
I'm allergic to both juniper and chamisa, which are prevalent in New Mexico.
Some go as far as checking the pollen count and even avoid going outside at all if it is too high.
I look at the pollen count every day. When it's high, I don't even go out of the house. It has really impacted my life.
A higher pollen count prolonging the duration of allergy season is just one of the many problems we will see arise from climate change in the coming years. So with a longer allergy season, be sure to keep your allergy medication and tissues handy.
And there's a lot that's taken place in the world and this past week. Reporter Andrew Harley sat down to tell us about the biggest headlines.
Welcome to this week's In the Loop, where I tell you things your parents definitely saw in the news this week that you should know about too. The U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration made a move Tuesday to propose loosening restrictions on marijuana. This proposal would recognize the medical uses of cannabis, but it would not legalize the drug for recreational use. It's a historic shift nonetheless. An investigative report by NBC has discovered that Israel has bombed Palestinians in areas that the Israeli military has designated as safe zones. NBC reports this has happened 7 different times in the last 4 months. The Philippines is undergoing a week-long heat wave that has now forced schools to close. This is affecting all of Southeast Asia, with temperatures as high as 118 degrees Fahrenheit during the day. A study by the publication Science Advances reveals that half of all the plastic waste expelled into the world is the responsibility of just 60 companies, and the journal says just 6 companies account for 25% of that plastic pollution. TikTok's parent company, ByteDance, has announced it will not sell the company. CEO Shou Chew published a video to TikTok to reassure the app's users. The company says it will continue to fight for free speech. That's what's been in the loop this week. Now, back to the desk.
When we come back, kick back and relax. Robot servants may soon be here to take care of the jobs we don't want. More on that coming up.
Plus, artificial turf might be hard to find in the near future. Find out why.
It looks like you might have a wet weekend when we come back on your 7-day forecast.
It's a surreal concept. Are humanoid robots joining the workforce? Tesla may start selling human-like robots by the end of next year. How do people feel about this? Reporter Alexis Marquez has more.
Tesla is designing a humanoid robot called Optimus. This Tesla bot is expected to meet labor shortages, perform repetitive tasks, as well as dangerous jobs in environments such as warehouse work, retail, manufacturing, and logistics. Some people see the benefits of replacing people where work is hazardous, but also know that there is need for critical thinking.
And that's where the robots are going to have problems. They can only do what they're programmed to do. We're humans, we think and we adapt to changes that happen all around us.
Marquez mentions that in his experience, unexpected things happen all the time, and robots can't account for that. Others view Tesla's Optimus as a tool for humans.
Robots and machines, I feel like, are good at detecting mistakes, and then humans are really good at fixing the mistakes.
We need to look at it in the lens of how is this going to help the efficiency and the productivity of humans. So I think in the beginning we'll lose jobs, but I think what it's really going to mean is upskilling and transforming jobs.
Motani sees this change the way for humans to focus their skills and ideas in better places. He also sees this as a chance to increase human happiness and healthiness, as many repetitive jobs are linked to unhappiness and dangerous jobs often cause injury. It's estimated that an Optimus robot would cost half the price of a Tesla car. In San Jose, I'm Alexis Marquez, Update News.
Years ago, San Jose State made a difficult decision to suspend blood drives on campus due to a federal policy on blood donation that the university felt discriminated against gay men. But things have changed. The FDA has now updated its policy, so after 16 years, the San Jose State welcomed the American Red Cross and hosted a blood drive at the Wellness Center last Tuesday. The Red Cross reports this drive was very successful. All available slots were filled. For those that missed this blood drive, there will be events happening every 3 months starting fall next semester.
And Westfield Valley Fair in San Jose is home to many stores. The shopping center saw record high sales in 2022, but even at this successful mall, your favorite store might be on its way out. Due to reported billion-dollar debt, a popular clothing store will be heading out of its longtime Valley Fair location. Express has filed for bankruptcy under the Chapter 11. The bankruptcy will shutter more than a dozen other locations, including its Emeryville store. With 2 months left before the closure, the store is promoting a 40% to 90% sale on everything. There's still plenty of time to roll in and roll out with some new wardrobe pieces. And artificial turf is seen everywhere nowadays, but it could adversely affect the environment as well as athletes. In California, cities and counties are allowed to ban fake grass due to potential health concerns.
Artificial turf has been around California for decades. The whole idea in installing it is to conserve water. The chemicals found in turf have raised concerns about health concerns and environmental problems, especially for people playing sports.
I support that they're trying to ban artificial turf for the reason that the dirt on artificial turf is made of like little microplastics. Yeah. And I believe that microplastics are dangerous for the environment.
It's not good for the environment because it's made out of plastic and all the other chemicals.
Governor Gavin Newsom signed legislation last year which permits local governments to ban synthetic grass in neighborhoods due to possible health hazards.
Well, there's a good and a bad to it because obviously you can maintain the turf a lot easier than you do with the grass, but it also can affect the kids because pretty much if they slide on it and the little turf balls that they have, if they go obviously in their mouth, something worse can happen to them.
People are converting their lawns into artificial grass because of water saving in California. But returning to grass fields could be something we see in high schools and other fields in California. In San Jose, Ivan Moreno, Update News.
Will San Jose's warm weather continue? Let's take a look at this week's forecast with our weather specialist, Alejandra Vaca.
Hi, this is Alejandra Vaca with your 7-day forecast. So this is what you can expect for the next 5 days. We have some clearing skies this week, and then we have some warmer temperatures going into the 70s, but then once the beginning of the weekend will start, we will have some possible showers into the weekend and then into next weekend as well. So our extended outlook shows high pressure will build in through midweek, leading to warmer temperatures. But by the weekend, a longer range of weather models show an area of low pressure moving through an interior of Northern California, which means we could see more rain chances for the next weekend, along with temperatures, along with a drop in temperatures. And for our 7-day forecast in Santa Cruz, shows warmer warmest day of the week today and tomorrow, with Fridays into the low 70s, but before we start to see more cooling into the weekend. And then Bayside temperatures near Oakland will see similar trend with those shower chances possible returning for next weekend. In San Francisco, we'll briefly see warmer than we'll see warmer temperatures, and then it's going to go back to coastal warming with low clouds and fog. And here in San Jose, we will have warmer temperatures midweek. We have mid-70s, and then it'll go up to 80s. And then Saturday, you will see a slight temperature drop for the weekend with some possible showers on Saturday, and then things should start to clear up for Sunday, and then possible rain chances into next weekend as well. And that is it for your 7-day forecast. Back to the desk.
When we come back,
we found out what students are doing to prepare for finals on this week's State of the Spartans, just ahead.
And the latest updates on Spartan football, baseball with reporter Kyle Tran. Stay tuned.
Already seen the advertisements around campus. Students are promoting SJSU's theatrical adaptation of George Orwell's book, 1984. The play is set to premiere on May 3rd at the Hammer Theater. The play will be directed by lecturer Scott Cummins in the Theater Arts Department, and it's become a pet project of the advertising department as well. One advertising class spearheaded a campus scavenger hunt. Clues were promoted through QR codes about the book's history, themes, and fun facts. To get tickets, visit theaterhammer.com before the last performance on May 11th.
As the spring season winds down, there's plenty to report in Spartan athletics. Here's sports reporter Kyle Tran with the latest.
In softball, the Spartans took on the UNLV Rebels in the last home 3-game series of the year. They lost 8-5 in the first game, won 7-2 in the second, and lost 5-2 to lose the series. On Sunday, the program honored 5 seniors, Mackenzie Hutchinson, Malia Luna, Corey Thomas, Adriana Noriga, and Ashley Rico. The team heads to Logan, Utah to finish off the season against Utah State. Here at home at Excite Ballpark, the baseball team faced off against the UNLV Rebels in a 3-game series, with the Spartans coming out on top. The team lost the first game 2-1, but won the next two 8-7 and 5-1. In the Mountain West standings, the Spartans are holding on onto the last qualifying spot in the playoffs. The team continued its conference schedule in Colorado Springs against Air Force. The football team's spring session came to a close last Saturday at SEFCU Stadium. This year, the game had a different atmosphere under new coach Ken Niumatalolo. Game day uniforms were worn, with the game going both directions instead of towards the south side. To start off the scrimmage, Washington State transfer QB Emmett Brown wowed the Spartan crowd with a deep ball to wide receiver Cooper Hodge. However, the defense took the day with a Larry Turner Gooden pick 6. The defensive unit looked to not have taken a step back, while the offense seemed to be stagnant at times, but looks to be perfected come fall time. That's it for sports this week. At San Jose State, I'm Kyle Tran. Update News.
Finals can be a stressful time at San Jose State. Reporter Madison Wilbur asked students for their tips on how to relax in this week's State of the Spartans.
If I'm really feeling overwhelmed, I like to just sit down, close my eyes, and meditate for like 10 minutes. I think it really helps. And sometimes if that doesn't do it, the cold shower will do it.
Review your notes, don't stress, and take your time to just relax before the upcoming finals.
Go work out.
Give yourself time to do what you like, whether it be like some like guilty pleasure, like binging a show. Just find the time to really do it.
Treat yourself. I know like working hard can be tough, but go out to a restaurant by yourself, pick a meal, sit down, and just people watch. Don't be afraid. It actually, you get to like learn yourself more and understand like how are you doing today.
Take sleep when you can, and pray on it if you're religious.
Hi guys, I know guys you are in final. I hope everyone will be successful and smoothly. And maybe it's a hard week, but you can do it. Yeah, just trust yourself.
Weekend? Here's Carson with her calendar.
Welcome to Carson's Calendar. Here's what's coming up this week. On May 3rd, we have the South First Fridays Art Walk. It's from 5 to 9 p.m. on South First Street, and you can enjoy new exhibitions, live music, and you can even meet the artists behind the artwork. On May 4th, we have the Silicon Valley Taco Throwdown. That's from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m., and for $75, it's all you can eat. It's at 12 North San Pedro Street. Also on May 4th, a Cinco de Mayo festival. It's happening from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. in downtown Hayward. There's live music, dance performances, and vendors. Also on May 4th, May the 4th be with you, Star Wars vs. Star Trek Square Dance. It's on 1317 San Pablo Avenue in Berkeley, and it's from 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. It's $15 to enter, but they do teach you the dances. And on May 4th, May the 4th be with you celebration. It's from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. in San Ramon, and it's in City Center Bishop's Ranch, but you get to take pictures with the characters. That's all for this week. Signing off for the last time, Carson Wells, Update News.
And that does it for us for this week's edition of Update News.
From all of us here, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next semester. And remember to add us at our socials at SJSU Update News.